do you want? A choice. A chance.
There's your chance. Take it.
Grateful.
The day will come when you won't be.
Alright guys, what's going on? Back again with another throwback review for The Walking Dead. This is going to be for Season 4, Episode 10, entitled Inmates. The episode begins with Beth narrating a diary entry discussing life before the group reaches the prison. She then cuts to the present where she and Daryl Dixon are sitting around a campfire. Beth insists that they must not be the only survivors from the prison incident. After Daryl doesn't respond, Beth yells at him, saying that since he is a tracker, they should track the others. She then goes off on her own into the forest, with Daryl following in slow pursuit. Later that day, Daryl comes across a pair of footprints. Beth immediately identifies it as Luke and Molly's, or Molly's. Daryl tells her that it doesn't mean that they're still alive. They're alive, she responds. As the two walks away, the camera turns toward a log filled with bloody, dismembered rabbit carcasses. Daryl and Beth come across a bloodied site near train tracks where they are attacked by Christopher's reanimated father. Beth spots Luke's shoe next to a pile of fresh human remains and she breaks down sobbing. Lizzie and Mika are walking along in the woods behind Tyrese when they stop to ask a question. Tyrese turns around and is revealed to have baby Judith. As night falls, they find a clearing to relax in. Tyrese is feeding Judith while Lizzie is sitting on a nearby log. Home to two baby bunnies, she quietly removes her knife and she kills both of them. They are forced to flee after walkers can be heard closing in from a distance. The next morning, the group finds a grapevine and begin picking the grapes off. Mika is startled by a noise in the brush and runs off as Tyrese is changing Judith's diaper. They give chase to find Mika several minutes later behind a tree. As the group recollects themselves, they hear screaming in the distance. Tyrese puts the girls back together, saying he has to go investigate and to keep an eye on Judith. If the walkers were to appear, they are to begin running in his direction. Tyrese comes upon a walker attack by a set of railroad tracks. Two men, Christopher and his father, are fighting off a group of walkers. Tyrese helps defend them off, but is unable to prevent both of their deaths. He then hears Mika's handgun fire off in the distance. Several walkers are closing in on them, and as Mika begs for her sister, Lizzie gets lost in trying to calm Judith by placing her hand over the baby's mouth. As Tyrese begins to head back for the girls, the three of them, along with Carol, walks out of the bush. Before he expires, Christopher's father tells Tyrese about a sanctuary up the tracks. Maggie, Bob, and Sasha are in the woods by a quarry. Maggie is sharpening her knife on a rock, while Sasha is bandaging Bob's arm. Sasha then tells Maggie that they should camp there for the night, with Maggie agreeing that Bob and Sasha should while she goes to find Glenn. Sasha claims that they can't split up, while Maggie exclaims she is going to go find Glenn, storming off, and Bob and Sasha are in pursuit. After walking, they come across the prison bus. It is revealed that the prison refugees did not survive the evacuation, having died and reanimated after being struck and killed by bullets that hit by the bus, causing a mini outbreak inside the bus. Maggie tells the others that she has to check and see if Glenn's inside. After Bob says they do it together, Sasha reluctantly agrees and opens the emergency exit to let the walkers out one by one so that they may easily put down. Eventually, the walkers prove to be too much for Sasha to handle and she cannot hold the door any longer. As the walkers attack, Bob and Sasha defend themselves with Maggie dazed. However, Maggie becomes enraged and begins to kill the walkers, even smashing a female walker's head into the bus before stabbing it. Maggie then goes onto the bus to see if Glenn is there. After she kills a zombified teenager that was stuck under a dead woman, sits down and begins to cry out in relief. Glenn awakens on a section of the destroyed prison walkway, nearly dangling over a mob of walkers. Several of them begin being prison residents who were killed in the attack. It seems that he had left the bus before the bus had left to search for Maggie and was on the walkway when the tank blew it up, knocking him unconscious. He screams Maggie 2 times and looks for her. He collects some supplies and clothes, including Bob's bottle of brandy. After that, he pushes his way through the walkers and by cladding himself in riot gear. After escaping the walkers, he sees Tara, who locked herself in the fences. Glenn stabs the walker, reaching for her before going inside. He quickly grabs her weapon, checking the ammo. He tells Tara that they should go. After Tara denies him, he questions her, asking, "You're just going to stay here? You're just going to die?" Tara replies that she joined the prison attack, and Glenn replies that he knows and requests help from her. Glenn grabs Bob's bottle of brandy and uses it as a Molotov, which he throws at a nearby car. As the walkers are distracted by the flames, Glenn and Tara escape the prison and reach the road close to the prison bus. On the road, Tara recounts witnessing the events of her sister's death during the aftermath of the prison assault. She says to Glenn that she wasn't supposed to be there, that he killed an old man, and Glenn asks if it was Herschel, and Tara replies, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry," and tells him that Brian told her that they were bad people, and she realizes that they weren't. Glenn tells her that he needs to find Maggie, and Tara asks if she made it. Glenn replies he doesn't know, and he tells her that Herschel was a great man that taught Glenn to have faith. Glenn uses it as a reason to believe that Maggie is still alive. After a small group of walkers attack, Glenn collapses, leaving Tara to kill a walker by herself. She looks up to a military truck, yelling as if, did they enjoy the show? Three people climb out: Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita. And that's how this episode comes to an end. So we get the debut of Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita at the very end. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, guys, that was a quick review of Season 4, Episode 10, entitled Inmates. Appreciate y'all checking it out as always. And like, comment, most importantly, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.
Welcome to Woodburn.
Pushing our pants yet?